Hi there, it's Erin Byron to share with you a little bit about working with lunar energies. The moon, our grandmother in the night sky, is such a powerful and benevolent force. And for those of you who are sensitive to planetary forces or feel connected to the cosmos, our relationship with the moon can be an incredibly loving and provident one. Now, for those of you who are established in a yoga practice, who work with a practice called Tarataka, which is a sense mastery or pratyahara practice of eye gazing, if you work with the yantras, the chakra symbols, you may start to get a sense of also how you can work with the moon. And that's just maybe a little side note for you yoga fans in the crowd. Now, in working with the moon, there actually is something in our Western culture, and this may be more from the time of our grandparents or great-grandparents, but there was this idea of the wishing moon, that the new moon, when the sky was darkest, when the moon was just a tiny sliver of a crescent in the sky, that we were to wish on that moon. And essentially, this is how we can work with the lunar force. They were onto something. They were somehow tapped into a far more ancient tradition of wishing on the new moon. And when the moon comes full, when she's showing her full bright face there in the sky, when you can see the entire big circle of the moon, this is the time when wishes come true, or at least when our next step towards that entire wish coming true is revealed. Now, this next bit might sound a little strange if it's not something that makes sense to you or that you've played with, and you can feel welcome just to skip over this part of the video if it's not for you. But I wanted to say a few words about the moon as a portal, to think of that kind of energy. So, not as if the moon were a globe in the sky and the moon phase is just a reflection of shadows up there upon its planetary surface, but rather as if it were a doorway. We're looking through a doorway in this moon. You can imagine it so. And so in the new moon, the door is wide open, wide open. And that's why we wish on that new moon, that we're throwing our wishes into that wide open door. It looks dark, but really, if you've ever opened a door to a dark room, that is how it looks. And as the moon goes through the phases, then from a dark new moon waxing towards full, growing lighter and lighter, this is a little bit like the door closing, like something sliding across that portal that's going to shut it. And in that energy of the moon waxing, gathering force, gathering light, this is for us to gather our energies and to continue to focus on that intention that we put into the new moon. Beyond that, when it comes full, it's shining its full light upon us, and that is for us to bask in that night light of creativity and see if the entire wish comes true. And I have a friend who does the new moon wishing ceremony with her young son, and they stand out at the yard at the new moon and at the full moon, and they make the wish, and then at the full moon, how did your wish come true? And because he's so young, he just wishes for funny things, like, I wish for a bench and a tree. Okay, but somehow then they'll be shopping together, and he'll find a little miniature wooden carved bench. These wishes come true to us in unexpected and beautiful ways, and it's a fun way to watch for synchronicity in your life as well. So that's the full moon, shining the light of the creation upon us. And if you're making big wishes, now remember, we need to burn through all kinds of karmas and attain all sorts of milestones in our growth and in practical terms in order to make our dreams come true. So step by step with these new moons, you can see things coming to fruition or get messages about where was there a misstep? For what reason is this not coming to me right now? which isn't always a misstep. Sometimes it's just divine timing. We don't get to control all things, or consider the possibility that we don't anyway. But then from the full moon, it begins to wane, doesn't it? So we can imagine, if we're thinking kind of this portal idea, then here's the full dark open portal, and then the moon brightening, brightening, brightening to half, and then the full moon nice and bright there in the sky, and then it starts to darken. Maybe not demonstrating this with my hands as well as I wish I was, but as it's sliding through the waning moon and more darkness now is moving in, imagine that this is the time that the portal is just sucking in everything that may be standing in the way of the wish coming true. So this is our opportunity as the moon wanes to throw into the cosmos all that no longer serves us, all that stands in our way. So we're acknowledging, oh, I didn't take that step because I felt insecure or afraid, or I doubted myself. I didn't take that step because I felt obligated to others, so I was caring for them instead of endeavoring to make my wish come true. I thought that it was important that I focus on these things, but now I realize I actually need to be focusing on those things. So I put the distraction into the waning moon. Distraction, leave me. Lack of boundaries, leave me. Insecurities, leave me. Whatever it might be, you can throw them into the moon and the waning moon. And so that by the time it's coming to new moon, wishing moon time again, you've focused on building the energy around the intention, waxing moon, beaming the light of wishes come true and insights, full moon, and removing obstacles, waning moon. So here and now, a new wishing moon, we're ready for the next phase. And you can wish the same wish again on that wishing moon. Wish it again and again until it comes true in your life. Or if you're like me, I do well with long-term wishes, but I also appreciate knowing that things are going somewhere. And so sometimes I make really small wishes just to give myself a chance to get feedback on details. And all the while holding the grander vision, a 2-year, 5-year, 10-year, 12-year vision. So I wish you all your wishes come true, and that this idea of how to work with the moon gives you inspiration and something you can anchor yourself around, a practice that is always there for you. The moon, she's in the sky for us every night. May that be an anchor for you as you are creating the life of your dreams and becoming the person you know you truly are. For one-on-one work with me in these practices, yoga practices, creativity, and personal growth practices, feel welcome to reach out. My email address is in the description below, and I look forward to the next time our paths cross. If there is someone that you think might benefit from knowing more about how to work with the moon, please do like and share this video. Thanks so much.